Yeah, hi guys, welcome to the next Edit Over with me and special guest tonight. We got Dave Mack first.
Oh, good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Hope you enjoy the show and watch Chris doing his doings. Have a good night.
And then we've got a special guest, which is Penny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think there's been a mistake. It's not the BBC News. I'm sorry. I don't know if I want to do it. Hey guys, how are you?
I like that. Yeah, hi. You're a Pen?
Yeah, I'm good.
You, Dave?
I'm on holiday this week.
Yeah. But there will be another secret thing on it. There will be another new thing coming to the channel as well next week, hopefully.
Oh,
Can't wait.
Cannot wait.
Which I'll in a bit, yeah. I got 2 weeks off, but because his wife's 2 weeks late because I've messed up my issues. But
It's unlike them to mess up your issues.
What issues I wanted to because I need to replace a couple of them. Which let me just bit, didn't I? So that's why you've a week late back, right?
Fair enough. At least you'll crack on with it. You get it done.
Yeah. Everything's organised, so just can't believe it's time already now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Chris is not Chris is working out how rich he is.
I see. Oh yeah. Okay, you've got the files there, right?
Chris is a constipated mathematician. He has to work it out with a pencil.
Yeah. Let's go for the comments.
You can tell he's dealing with money because he didn't even hear what we said. He was constantly money. Yeah, nothing else matters.
What's money?
I said you're like a constipated mathematician. You got to work it out with a pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that joke.
Is it right? So we go for this comment then. Alex Demetrius. Hi, Chris. That's not Chris. Looking forward.
Hi. Oh yeah.
Looking forward.
Good evening, Alex Demetriadis. How are you?
Do you want to read that then?
Hello, Chris Penny and not Chris. Looking forward to another cracking show. So let's crack on.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to say, get a bloody move on.
Are you there?
No, I'm expecting a really good show tonight, Chris. You've seen me do this twice and you've done it once. There's no excuse.
Yeah, this is the second time now because of
no excuses.
No excuses, you.
No excuses.
Yes, man.
Do you know what? Every week, every time I come on Chris's show, I think I'm not going to lower the tone. And in all fairness, I've lasted 3.5 minutes this time.
Yeah, just like something.
I think that's the record. Usually takes me about 30 seconds to completely lower the tone of the stream.
Yeah.
So there's Chris, not Chris been working his money out. Now Chris Davis' world is gone. So hello guys, welcome to my show. Oh, he's back.
That's only because my other door's like it's something right down far. My other door's on this end. Sorry, Dan. I'm packing crisps, so you'll have them later.
Welcome to the Plastic Wrestling Show.
Looking for the other door, but I can't find it a second. Lost it. Okay, look for that later. Actually, is that it? I got it. I know that's the wrong one.
There's only one.
No, that's one. I got one because I got the replacement door.
I see.
Right, I'll show that later.
Read the blind man to the deaf man who wasn't really listening.
Right, let's crack on then, shall we? Yeah.
Right. So I am magazine wizard today, apparently.
Yeah. we go to that screen, is it?
Yeah, looks good to me.
Oh, wrong one.
Can I just change the screen to that one? That one?
Yeah, I've got the build. I've got the magazine in front of me.
So today we are doing near side cab door. 2 rear view mirrors are fitted to the mirror bar, which is then fitted to the passenger door. Now, I know you've done one of these doors before, but I'd like to just give you and everybody a warning. Be very careful on how you're holding the pieces. There are parts that are easy to snap. Once you've got them all fitted, they're absolutely fine. But it's just the building process. There's a few little delicate parts.
Yeah, so basically, fragile, so be careful.
Yeah, just be a bit careful. It's been suggested that maybe they could have changed the order, but the build order, but I really don't know how that would have been. In their defense, this probably is one of the best ways to build it.
Yeah.
So the parts that we've got is, let me see if I can change. There we go. So we have got 1901 near side cab door,
which unfortunately is plastic. No, I'm joking.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure mine was metal.
Yeah.
So 1902 is the door handle,
which has in parts right here. So, yeah, this is plastic anyway.
Lovely, beautiful. So 1903 is the mirror bar. This is the old-fashioned ways of doing mirrors on trucks.
Yeah, and that's plastic.
Bolt the bar on the side and shove a couple of mirrors on. 1904 is the upper mirror. No, that's not the upper mirror. That's the upper mirror casing.
Oh.
The upper mirror would be a mirrory type of piece.
Yeah, the very small one.
That is all she said, is it?
Yeah, that's the upper mirror. And then the 1905 is the upper mirror casing. And I know you've got that bit.
Because it's here.
There you go. Then 1906 is the lower mirror, which is the mirrory bit. It's a bit bigger than the upper mirrory bit.
And that's what it, yeah.
That's it. And then we've got the lower mirror casing, which is 1907. Beautiful. And last but not least, 4 1.2 by 4 millimeter PB screws. Now, I can never remember if there's 4 plus a spare one, or if there's 4 of which one is spare.
So the PB screw is 1.2 by... Right. This is what magazine. This is where the screws are in there, but they've said 1.3, which I don't care.
Right, it's not that one.
It's this one here.
No, it's not. That's 1.2 by 3. You want 1.2 by 4.
Yeah, right. I found out they are the same screws, but the magazines always say 0.4 for some reason when it first started them.
Okay. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember, and I don't think I was. See, now I've actually got PB 1.2 by 4.
And they're the same name screws. I found out.
Okay. Listen, Chris, I will take your word for it.
So they are in the pot.
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember that far back.
Yeah, because when
that was in my I don't need to keep my spares days. And then when I lost a screw and couldn't find one, then I repented and I started keeping my spares.
Yeah, that's one is from issue 1 is DP ones, but then
okay.
Yeah.
As I say, I'll have to take your word for it, Chris, because I can't disprove you.
Yeah, because
right.
Yeah.
So ready whenever you are, Chris.
Cool. Got the screwdriver ready, right? Now then. I'll show you the other part of the door later. Right, let's move the cameras just a little.
Just a little bit. A little bit more.
I'm ready when you are. Here goes Dave trumpeting now because he's had all the bags.
Right, so let me do the old big view on mine. Makes it easier for me to read.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, someone loves me on Facebook or something. So step 1, take the upper mirror, 1904. That's the small mirrory bit. And the upper mirror casing, 1905. Check that the orientation of the mirror matches the casing. And then step 2 is fit the mirror, 1904, into the casing, 1905. A small peg on the back of the mirror fits into a socket in the casing. This is a push fit connection.
Yeah.
Now, there might be a little piece of plastic over the mirror to stop it from scratching.
Yeah, it's the first time they've done that.
Yeah, if you're able to, push the mirror into the casing with the backing paper on and then remove the backing paper.
Yeah,
You may struggle a little bit, Chris.
Yeah.
So if you don't think you can do it, take the paper off first. It's just you're not really likely to scratch or anything, but you could get a big old greasy thumbprint on it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So step 3 and step 4, or step 3, fit the lower mirror 1906 into the casing 1907. Note that the peg on the back of the mirror and the socket in the casing circled are not central. So make sure the mirror is the right way up.
Yeah, so we've got.
So they've obviously put it off center so you can't get it the wrong way. Oh, yes, you've made that easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Yeah, it looks like we didn't put enough pressure on him, not Chris. And we said we expect to get this perfect. Right, so step 4, take the mirror bar 1903 and the 2 assembled mirror casings 1905 and 1907.
Yeah.
Okay. Fit the upper mirror casing 1905 on the top arm of the part 1903.
Yeah.
Note that there is a slot in the sockets on the back of the mirror casing and a small peg on the arm of the mirror bar, which fits into the slot when you attach the mirror casing. And I think what they mean there is like there's a kind of a keyhole fitting. Yeah, you have the same trouble with your focus that I do.
Yeah, and hang on.
Yeah.
Because it's on my right hand side, my legs all shaped, so there we are.
Brilliant. Yeah, so there's a little notch on it.
So you can't get the wrong way in. So
you know what Harshetta like. Why use 2 words when 15 will do just as well?
Yeah. And then there we are.
Brilliant. So stage 6, fit the lower mirror casing 1907 in place on the lower arm of the mirror bar 1903. These are push fit connections. I like the way they tell you it's a push fit connection after you fitted it.
Yeah, so hang on a minute. Let me just. It's better view, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's only one way you can go in anyway, so.
Yeah.
Done. It was done. But
I like that. It's done. Oops, just pick it up.
Oops.
Beautiful. Look at that. Lovely. Makes me want to become a trucker.
Yeah, there we are.
Hold my Yorkie bar.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried the new Yorkie bars? It's got raisin and biscuit in them now with the purple packet ones.
Well, I've always had raisin and biscuit in them, and they do another one. They do just a biscuit version as well.
Yeah, I didn't. Only seen it the other day in my local shop.
Yeah. But you see, the raisin and the biscuit makes it softer. So if you're a real man, you just have a plain Yorkie chunk.
There we are.
I've got a Yorkie.
Not that I would know, because Yorkie's not for girls.
That's right.
All right. So are you ready for the next bit, the fitting of the door handle and mirror bar?
Yeah.
Right. So take the door 1901 and the door handle 1902. Fit the handle in position on the door. A screw socket at one end of the handle and a small peg at the other end fits into the holes in the door. If necessary, use a fine file to smooth the end of the peg or clear excess paint from the holes.
Yeah.
Just move that out of the way.
So in other words, use some lube if you need to.
Actually, let's hide that. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you'll find that one is a locating peg and one is a screw hole. So step 2, whoa, slow ye down. So step 2, carefully turn the door over so that you can fix the handle in place using a PB 1.2 by 4mm screw.
Yeah. Screw it in, is it?
Yep, go for it. Just screw it in.
Then,
So take your time, Chris.
actually, change the screws on the head.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You take your time, Chris.
Yeah. Screws ready. Go for PH0. Right, good idea for what?
Say again?
That's asking
What?
David to do it.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just sat here watching you and reminiscing of me Spitfire and.
I noticed you were on mute, Chris. Was that to so we can't hear you counting all your money?
I was on the phone.
Well, don't sit too long; you'll break it.
And that's the only thing. Every time I come on live, guaranteed my phone will ring.
Yeah, I did a stream this afternoon, and it was like my phone went off about 4 times.
It's like when I was doing the first model I did this morning. Well, today was my Spitfire, the last 2 issues.
That's done.
And then I did the Titanic, the Legend,
Yeah.
the ship Legend, and then I did the Trumpeter Titanic.
Right. Step 3, position the mirror bar 1903 next to the door 1901. Identify the 2 fixing points for the mirror bar. So there's one in the top corner, top of the window where the window will go, and there's one just to the left of where it says express as in express haulage.
Yeah, that will.
Now this is where you need to be careful because it will be very, very easy to snap that. Now, I am quite horrified at this next step.
I know.
You see how they've got that positioned. If you screw your screw in with your door positioned like that, I can almost guarantee you're going to have a terrible time.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do?
Yes.
Screw in the bottom first, and have to grab.
Now I did my little trick of put the first screw in just enough to bite.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, it means it's going to be loose, but it's going to be on there. But you need to be holding that door more than the mirror bar.
Yeah.
So it says, holding the mirror bar in place, carefully turn the door over so that you can fix the lower fixing point of the bar in place using the PB screw. You will need to hold the door firmly as you fix the screw in place. Do not put any pressure on the mirror bar. And there's a picture of it resting on the ground.
Yeah.
And if P40F20 was watching, he'd be horrified too, because there's no cloth underneath that door.
Yeah, that's what I'm using my button on.
He would be having kittens and mini budgies.
See if I got something there then. Yeah, grab something now. Actually, yeah, I got this.
No, I'm talking about the picture in the magazine. That's why they've got that resting on the floor with no cloth. If you hold it in the air.
Here comes the towel now.
Here comes the towel, all
Here comes the
grey.
It's only one screw I got anyway.
Yeah, don't lose them.
There's only one anyway. There's only one in my hand, so
Yeah.
I have got the only that. Here comes it. Yeah.
So I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again. Take your time, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get the screw ready in. first. I don't know, there's two screws, one's on a screwdriver. Right. Actually, let's see if I can use a trick. Find something.
I won't be doing a video next Monday with it being the Queen's funeral.
No, I've called off my live stream. I'm not sure if it'd make any difference, but you know, it's probably disrespectful, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a website, the government website, that tells you all the protocols, and you know, people don't have to cancel things, but I think it's
F20's joined us. Hello, P40.
Hello, P40F20. How are you? We were just saying about if you saw the magazine. Look at the pictures on the magazine. It's telling you not to put any pressure on the mirror bar, and there it is resting on the ground, and they haven't even got a towel underneath it either.
Yeah, hi P40.
Just goes to show. What does Harshette know?
Yeah, nothing.
Oops.
There you go. So like I say, take your time.
So
you have a screw, it's next. It's on the towel. Oh, you've got one.
yeah, for that and the
Oh, that's your next screw. Sorry, my bad. I put you off your flow now, haven't I?
Right. Come by ours, eh?
I don't think Kumbaya's got anything to do with it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, hello. Oh, there's box here. Squeeze is not going to help, so we'll take them away.
Well, it depends what you're trying to do with them. I mean, you couldn't use tweezers to screw a screw in, but you could use them to tweeze things.
Yeah, I got it.
See, it's unfortunately you kind of need 7 fingers on each hand and 3 hands to do that, really, don't you?
Yeah. Dave's fault. If I can finger tighten it by finger first.
Yeah, it's just reminding me, actually, there's some thingy I see on TikTok, and they do like work nicknames.
Oh, yeah.
They had a guy who he lost his thumb in an accident in a machine, and now they call him Kit Kat.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
What can we call you, Dave?
Well, at one time you used to call me Big Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we used to call you that now.
I think he's been.
I've not heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
I think he's been called a lot of things, and some of them repeatable on stream.
Yeah. But what Chris calls me though when he texts me, it's just damn sight rude.
Listen, when just, I know I can get away with it. That's why.
Yeah. So that he gets it back.
Yeah.
I don't care. I know it's a joke in it.
That's the thing. I don't mind with Chris because he'll give it, but he can take it.
Yeah.
You know, I know quite a few people that will give it, but they can't take it, and I'm like,
Some
I don't have time.
don't go too far. Like you just got to be careful.
Have you seen what people have written?
How far you go really is down to your relationship you have.
Yeah.
So P40 said they should have consulted me before writing the manuals. I totally agree. I mean, no LOL on the end. It's just, that's fact.
I tried to top all instead.
I said, if you'd have seen that P40, not only would you have kittens, but you'd have mini baby budgies as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah. We should get P40 only one time as well.
You've had him on once or twice, haven't you? He is a positive addition to any stream.
Yeah.
Just his mere presence.
Yeah.
I think he should come back on anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see what.
How rude. My lodge has just gone to the gym and he didn't say goodbye.
How rude.
I know, that's what I thought.
How dare you?
Right, well, they'll probably come back and say, "Hi, honey, I'm home."
Yeah. Well, he's a lovely guy, but there's one phrase that I always sends me full of dread.
What?
If he says, "Hi, boss, I love you." If he starts a sentence that way, I'm like, okay, how much is this going to cost me?
Exactly.
No, he's lovely, but it's just he's got very, very good English, but it's just not quite there. And his little lack of it, we don't fall out, but we're like, it's like the other day he asked me if I could take him to see this bike. He'd seen an electric bike on like Gumtree or something. And I said, yeah, no worries, organise it and then give me a shout and then I'll take you. And about an hour later, he just comes up to me and says, I'm ready. I'm like, ready for what? And he's going on the bike. I went, well, you could have given me some warning. And he went, well, no, you said, tell me when you're ready. And I'm like, no, kind of like,
he's ready.
yeah, kind of like, along the lines of, I've arranged to pick it up tomorrow at 6 o'clock. That kind of tell me when you're ready.
Yeah.
So.
Let's try this now.
But he really is lovely. He's not without his faults, but then who is?
Oh, we've all got faults, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like today when I was having an afternoon nap and suddenly the smoke detector's going off because he's cooking. And I just got up and looked at him and went, afternoon. And there's him flapping away with a tea towel to try and get the smoke detector to turn off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you. So John Alex Scale Modelling says, hello there, Chris. Penny sent me and subbed.
Hello, John Alex Scale Modelling. How are you?
How are you?
Now, Chris finally believes me when I say I do promote his channel.
Nice.
That's a pint you owe me now, Chris.
Couple of pints if you want.
I went for a couple of pints yesterday. No, sorry, Sunday. For the first time in 3 years.
Yeah. Well, I had a few drinks the other week. I went to a little concert. It was like a little tribute bandy thing. With a couple of friends, and that was nice. And I've got a friend she's been having a bit of a miserable time at the moment. So we're having a girly night in with a couple of bottles of wine, and she can just sit there and talk crap all night until we pass out.
Well, believe it or not, them 2 pints I had were £3.30 each. That's the last time I'm going to drink.
Yeah. It's not cheap. Come to Scotland, there's so much cheap alcohol. There's Buckfast, there's White Lightning, there's Tennent's Special Brew.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's quite ironic that the alcohol of choice for the homeless is called Tennent's?
I get that. Oh, you bugger.
There's a woman walking across on the other side of the road, walking past them, and she's got one of those great big long, those flasher overcoats on.
Yes.
And I just hope she don't bleed and flash at me cameras.
Dave will get excitement. Anyone who Dave?
Oh, give me a heart attack.
This is awkward.
Have you got that mirror on then, Chris, yet?
Not yet.
It's a hell of a job, isn't it?
Yeah. The only one I got on at the moment is my bathroom one. That's handy though, because I can actually look in the mirror there when I'm shaving.
He can't see, but he's got a mirror to see himself with.
There might be just a couple of mirror selfies now.
Oh, I'm anti-mirror in my house. I don't like looking at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, fair enough. And some people don't.
It's just a bit of a confidence thing.
Yeah.
But also, apparently it's a proven fact that people don't like looking in the mirror because when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're reversed. So it's not actually a true representation of what you look like. Whereas what other people see is what you actually look at, what they actually see.
Well, my mirror keeps calling me, you handsome sod.
Does it? Mine just cracks up.
We have to get one of them, Dave. Yeah, try the bottom one again now.
What's this, John Alex Scale Modelling? You're a good friend there, Penny. Watching the first. Oh, you're watching the first EPL match since the restart. Very touching. Oh, I'm confused on that one.
I think EPL's the English Premier League.
Yeah, I don't tend to watch EPL. I'm trying to get in to watch some Scottish Premiership games.
I've not watched football for a long time now.
Oh, I can't imagine a world without football. I had jitters on Saturday because they cancelled all the football fixtures, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very jittery. I'm like, whoa, kept checking my phone, but no scores were popping up. Oh, I was having a terrible time. But thankfully, what saved the day was that there was they didn't cancel the MLS games, so at least those scores popped up. I can't remember how New England did because I stopped watching their results because it's quite depressing lately.
Yeah. Woof woof.
They had a nice tribute to Her Majesty. Fair enough.
Yeah.
This is something that's come up on my lives the last few days. I'm one of these. I'm not a royalist. I'm not anti-royal. But you know, at the end of the day, it was a woman who was a mother and a grandmother, and you know, so.
I watched the Globemaster come landing in London on telly before.
Yeah.
With the Queen's coffin.
Yeah. Well, she this morning she was about 40 miles from my house.
They flew over Manchester.
Yeah. Well, she left Edinburgh this morning, didn't she?
5 to 6, and it landed at just gone 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a
It took an hour. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Plus, they would have cleared all the other airspace, so there would have been nothing in the way. So,
can you imagine if they were going by car though, in the hearse all the way down to London?
Do you know what? The traffic's bad enough in London as it is.
They'd have had to shut the M6.
Oh, what, shut the M6? It's not even open. Have you seen the state of it lately?
No.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I tell you what, this holiday I'm on, I was so lucky because I cancelled my holiday to start with Flixbus, and I've been pestering my boss because I've got to take 3 weeks holiday between now and the end of the year, and then it turns out I can carry over up to 10 days holiday, so I need 2 weeks holiday. So I picked some dates for him that'll be easy for him to cover. And he's given me 17th of October. And then about Thursday, he went, what about next week? So I went, yeah, lovely, I'll take that. But a couple of hours later, the Queen dies. And all this chaos in London. I'm sitting at home in Glasgow, not worrying about it. And we have like it's like Facebook, but uniquely for our work. And people are messaging, I'm so many 2 hours late. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm sitting at home. I'm in bed at the moment.
Yeah. We know that yesterday, going down Broadway, the A6 going towards Manchester.
Yeah.
a wagon spilt a load of acid all over the road.
Oh, nice.
And it was bubbling. They had to completely close that road off.
Well, I know if they have an accident, like just a normal RTA, they have to check the road surface, and if there's too much diesel on the road, they have to scrape the top of the road surface off and relay it.
Yeah.
So God knows what they'd have had to do with acid.
Well, they probably had to dig the old road up and then put fresh tarmac down.
They must have done. So.
And this morning, when me and my mum went shopping to Salford, I should have seen the traffic still there going towards Manchester on that same road.
Yeah.
It was chaos.
Yeah. Mind you, that makes you wonder, doesn't it? You get these car drivers, they overtake these lorries like idiots. They have no idea what these lorries are carrying, do they?
No. But luckily, I do know what they carry.
Well, if you understand the symbols, but, you know, you overtake a lorry, okay, they might be carrying a load of toilet roll to Sainsbury's, but they could be carrying really bad waste, couldn't they?
Really corrosive stuff.
Yeah. And I think if people knew, you know, the consequences of their actions, they would sort themselves out, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
That there. That's about as screw this is.
How you getting on, Chris?
Yeah, fine.
Getting there, aren't you?
Yeah, this screw doesn't want to stay on the screw head.
Well, they never want to stay, do they? They want to get back in that packet with their friends.
Yeah, so try a bigger one. No, excuse me. Hold it like that.
Oh, I just realised I tried and scream when I had it on stream. Right, so same here in the US, little 1.5 ton zippies cutting off 50 ton semis doing 60 mile an hour, idiotic. Yeah, we get that a lot. When people overtake you, they pull in quite close, and it's you know, if anything happens, I've had it before. What you get a lot of is people overtake you as they want to take the next turn off. So they'll overtake you, pull in, slam their brakes on, and slip into the slip road, which then forces you to stop. But my coach in particular, it's got some little safety systems on it. So, for example, if it detects a brake light and the car in front is too close, it automatically slams the brakes on. And the number of times I've had those brakes slam on because someone slammed their brakes on in front of me. And it's the first you see is a little red light come up on the dashboard. The second thing you realise is your head is heading towards the windscreen. And then the third thing is a seatbelt catches you around the top of the chest. So,
yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, I know we're not at fault, but you tell the customers they have to wear the seatbelts and they never take you seriously. And the next thing you know, they're complaining because they've gone slamming into the seat in front of them. And all right, we'll just say to them, well, why weren't you wearing your seatbelt? But, you know, it's an unnecessary thing, isn't it?
Done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You haven't broken it, so well done to you.
That's one done. One.
Excellent. Right, so fix the upper end of the mirror bar in place using a PV screw. Yeah. So that's it. That is what you should be ending up with.
Yeah, which we do.
And coming in the next issue is the door panel and hinges.
Yeah.
And I always think that window, it looks like one of those keys that you have to open your mobile phone SIM thing. Right. So if you thought that was tough with the little screws, shall we have a look at the next stage? Issue 20. That's gone quick, Chris, isn't it? Issue 20.
That's my issue.
Door panel and hinges. See if I can get that in a nice big view. No, not really. There we go. Right, so your parts for this issue is 2001 inner door panel for left door. Oh, I need to wait for him. Oh, he's got the parts.
Right, so in the door panel. Oops, make sure nothing falls out.
Oh, you're going to have fun with this, Chris.
There he is.
Oh, I've just seen part number 5.
Let me get spring.
So, John Alex is asking, are you Welsh?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we could tell.
Accent.
You're about as Welsh as they come, aren't you? When Chris gets a bit excited or emotional, he becomes really full on Welsh, and I just have to say to him, "Shut up and stop being so Welsh. Slow down and stop being so Welsh, because you just can't understand a word he says."
No, you can't.
And then he says, "That door looks great. The lettering looks nice." Yeah, it does look nice, doesn't it?
Looks sweet.
You've got to keep it looking nice for the 3 years that you're going to have it sitting in your drawer before you actually attach it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a running joke with Hachette models that there's always one part that you make early on in the build, but you don't actually attach it till nearly towards the end.
Yeah, and it's stupid parts to send in the first place.
Yeah, it's normally a bonnet or something, isn't it? Issue 1, here's the bonnet.
Yeah,
Issue 99, scrape all of the dust off the bonnet and attach it to the rest of it.
Well, to be honest, I'm surprised we don't lose parts because we're waiting that long.
I think that's their intention, you know. Oh, it's been so long, I've lost the part. Right, give us $9.99, we'll send you a new part.
That's why I put all my parts in a tin so I know where they are.
Yeah, I've got a little drawer for them. Sometimes I just like to go through the drawers and go, "Oh, I forgot all about that part." I found a steering wheel for the Ecto 1 the other day.
Blimey.
Sore subject right now.
Yeah.
There's a sore subject, that.
Yeah.
Eagle loss.
Eagle lost, yeah. Well, there are rumours that there's a company going to be coming in and taking over. Ixo thing, whatever it is. But if I'd have got one more stage complete, I would actually be able to buy all the roof bar thing from Part Work Upgrades.
Yeah.
I'm just missing that £1. I mean, I can probably get away with it by having it with the left-hand side against the back wall. But I'll see. I'll figure out what to do with it. Right, so first stage, inner door panel for left door.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks plastic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Piece number 2 is the window for the left door. There we go, lovely. Part 20, you've got 2 door hinges.
Hinges to the left, hinges to the right.
That's the one.
Yeah, and there's a certain way you put this on, I'll tell you later.
What's that? Sorry, Chris?
There's a certain way these have got to be, these go onto the model anyway.
Yes.
Well, so,
Yes.
yeah, so I'll know.
Yeah. Right, so part 4 is the rod for the door opening mechanism. There we go. And this is the bit that's like, oh, God. So part 5 is the spring.
Which apparently they give me 2.
They've given you 2.
Yeah.
Well, that's just as well, because I've got a feeling there's at least some of us have had that spring go springing across the room in the springtime.
Yeah, be very careful of that spring.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm,
Spring by name, springy by nature. And then part 2006, bracket for the door opening mechanism.
out of the bracket, which is
Yeah. And
that
then
one. Yeah.
that's the one. And then you've got 1.8 by 2.5 millimeter PM screws labeled DD02, one is spare.
Which I've got in the pot ready.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Maybe at the
Right. So here we go. So what we do is we've got the opportunity to lose the spring early on. So we fit the spring onto the rod for the door opening mechanism. So you'll notice that rod has got like a little bit going across the middle, and you'll put the spring on the smaller end.
Yeah, the small end of the rod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends what size rod you want.
No.
So it's taken me 2.5 minutes to lower the tone of the stream. It's taken Chris 46 minutes to lower it even further.
Yeah. And here we go with the dreaded spring.
There we go.
Bring it in. Yeah, so it goes in here.
Yeah. So fit the rod and spring into the recess in the inner door panel, and it looks like you might. Oh no, that is right. Sorry, my bad. And that looks like that's gone in fine, actually.
That's what she said.
Take the bracket for the door opening mechanism. It fits over the rod. In order to fit it, you need to push the rod so that the rib, that was the word I was looking for. The rib around the rod. God, try saying that when you're drunk.
Rib around the rod.
Push the rod so the rib around the rod moves away from the recess in the door panel. And
That
then
sounds so wrong.
fit one tab of the bracket into the recess for the inner door panel. And I'm going to just enlarge this so that people can see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It is not as easy as you would think, because I've done this a couple of times.
This is a bug to do because I found out first off.
So you should find there's a tab on that bracket.
Yeah.
Push the tab in. Now, what I did was I pushed the tab in at 90 degrees to the door, and then pull the tab down 90 degrees, and then clip it in. It's probably easier to show you than it is to explain it, and I've got nothing to show you.
Yeah, shove it in.
Well, it's a little bit more technical than shove it in.
I'd said that as a joke, you know that.
No, it's fine. This is one of those stages where if you're the sort of person that says, I like technical, tricky bits, I would go careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Don't forget, right, your wishes will come through.
Yeah.
What I think what you're better off doing there, Chris, is putting some tape on that so it doesn't move.
Yeah, but the trouble is the spring might still push it open.
Yeah. Put these over here for a sec.
But he's doing a good job of making sure the spring doesn't spring off.
Yeah.
Come by, yeah.
But is the ring rib around the rod doing any good?
Yeah.
And I would imagine if your vision isn't perfect, this has got to be 10 times harder, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wasn't straightforward when I did it. So you got to kind of push it back and clip it in like a sort of door latch type thing.
Yeah. Oh, you fun.
You're better off using tweezers.
Says, she asked, have you started yet? See, now I had the advantage here. Obviously, my vision's a bit better, and I've got fingernails, and that really did help.
that. Staying a bit.
Did you get a satisfying click when you put it in?
I'm not. It's not fully in yet.
It's not in yet. Then.
No, it's in a bit.
We're going to regret saying that in a minute, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with P40 watching. I bet as soon as I said it's not in yet, he's rubbing his hands and smiling.
That's what happens.
Oh.
I bet he's thinking to himself, that's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Dave might enjoy that. I got it.
You got it? Did you get your satisfying click?
It's
The click.
Lovely.
It's not
Brilliant.
thin, but it's not springing back.
It's not springing back.
And it's not.
So is
Yeah, it wasn't pushed in properly. This now I got it.
Perfect. Oh, good. I didn't want to have to go through all that again. Right. So push the other side of the bracket into the socket, which is what we've just done. So the spring will push the end of the rod very slightly beyond the edge of the door panel. Right. So here comes the fun bit.
Window.
Take the hinges and the passenger door assembly from the previous issue. Identify the recesses on the inside of the door. Fit the first hinge in place. Note the orientation of the screw. You will need a PM 1.8 by 2.5 screw. Note, take care to support the door firmly while fitting the screws. Not like that, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Hang on.
Right.
I'll adjust it now.
To avoid damaging the mirrors and mirror bar fitted in the previous issue, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this as big as I can, that's as big as I can go. So hopefully you can see the orientation of the hinges.
Yeah, which the hinges, when they go on the thing, will go, you screw the hole that way around and down like that.
That looks good to me, Chris. Yeah.
What I'm going to do is put the screw in the hinge first and then screw it on.
Yeah.
I found it easier last time when I've done my other.
No, that's fine. If you developed a system last time, don't change it this time.
Which is screws enough there. And hold it.
Look, I can confuse everybody by turning everything upside down, look.
Can you?
And that's what the hinge would look like if you were upside down. Sorry.
Yeah. Inside out.
I'm ruining the stream for you all, aren't I?
Crack on.
I can't. I've lost the hinge.
As long as you get good likes, it's all that matters.
There we go. Right.
Right.
There you go. There's the hinge, guys. So obviously, if you're looking at this on a mobile phone, it's just, you forget it because it's so small.
I use a thicker screwdriver now.
Yeah. As long as you get it in there. Well, that's very thick, Chris. That looks way too thick to me.
I find PS2, I think.
No, if it works for you, Chris, fine. But it just looks. I wouldn't use a screwdriver that was like 10 times fatter than the screw.
Depends what you've. Yeah.
But no, I mean, look, obviously, I'm not the same as you, am I? Saying that, I can see the little pointy bit on the end. I can see why you're using that now. Yes.
Yeah, this is a PS1 screwdriver.
Yeah,
the other one was a bit too large.
Yeah, it's that little pointy bit on the end you were after, wasn't it?
Oh, you know.
Yeah. So it's probably that big fat end probably helps you to see as well.
And it grips the screw easier.
Yeah. No, that's fine if it were. I mean, look, you've had very little trouble on that hinge, so you know we don't have the right to criticize because it's worked well for you.
Yeah.
So there is no right or wrong way to do things. All there is that, you know, the end result.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I say to some of the drivers I work with. I may go into a town a different way from you, but it's if I get to my destination and I do it on time, have I gone the wrong way?
No.
No, I don't think so.
There we go. Lovely.
Lovely. That sounds quite dirty the way you say it. Yeah. Lovely.
That's funny.
Well, it wouldn't be funny, Chris, if everyone knew what I knew about you. I was just joking then, guys.
I'm saying nothing.
I was just joking then.
I know that.
Yeah, but they didn't know that, did they?
Here we are, none.
Brilliant. Well, that worked, didn't it? Nice. And the hinges are hinging.
Yep, hinging.
And the doors are dooring, and the windows are windowing.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So right. So next, take the window and check how it fits against the outer door panel. The quarter light, which is the little window, fits into the corresponding shape on the door, and 2 holes in the window panel fit over raised pegs on the inside of the door.
Yeah,
Now, one of the criticisms we've had of this build is that window doesn't wind. I don't think it detracts from the entire build, but yeah, it would be nice to have had it winding. But, you know, if you smell HGV drivers, you'd probably be glad that the window was shut. You know, it's all those Yorkie bars you see, they fester in the cab.
Yeah.
And all those McDonald's wrappers.
Oh, McDonald's, not the farmers at Deep Pen.
Yeah. Right, so that looks good to me. If you look at the small window, just bring it slightly to the left, Chris. So that's it. If you look at the bottom of the window, can you see how it goes round the natural shape of the door? There's like a little cutout in the door.
Yeah.
Right. You know what, Chris? You keep hiding things up. There we go. So you see how it follows where your thumb is, the shape of that window, it follows around the bottom. So you wouldn't get that if you had that in the wrong way. Okay. Oh, I like that view. But let's have this view. Right. So next step then is we need to fit the inner door panel over the outer door assembly as shown. Identify the 3 fixing points on the inner door panel, and then use 3 PM 1.8 by 2.5 mil screws to fix the inner door panel as shown. And I would suggest your hardest bit here is making sure that window stays in place just while you get that inner door in.
Yeah.
And I'm not criticizing this build much, because much as that pains me to say this, I think this is in danger of becoming the best build that Harshit's ever done, better than the Route Master. That's it. I said it. But I think they did drag these doors out just a little bit.
Yeah, they could have done one issue.
No, not necessarily 1, maybe 2, but I think they dragged them out over 3 or 4 issues, haven't they?
Yeah, 3. Yeah. And then the fixing points is 1 there.
Yeah. One there where your thumb is, and 1 where your other thumb is.
Yeah, there.
Perfect.
For him. And it's the same script we use this now. Wrong box.
So basically what you're holding there has cost you 20 quid so far. That's how I think they've drawn that out a little bit. And then I think next week is the things like the door handles.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. You know, we're looking at the whole model as a whole, not the cost of the individual parts.
Yeah.
We all know a few YouTubers that they assess each part based on what you get. And it's all about balance. Some of the part works out there, you might get a couple of issues where you just get a few little tiny bits of electronics. And then the next issue you get like a massive chunk of metal, and you go, I can't see how they made a profit on this individual issue. And they probably haven't, but what it is, it's the amount of money they're making for the whole build. You know, it's all a balance, isn't it?
Yeah. Wonder bobbin.
Yeah. So I imagine once you get that first screw in, the rest is going to be easier.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wow.
old WhatsApp group that I was in, and your system is no.
So, last but not least,
That's
done.
excellent.
And I think that's it.
I think that's it too.
I think
Well, that's a shame, actually, because that was a really quick issue. You've done that really well, Chris. Whether that's because the parts were easy, or you really improved, or just, I don't know, maybe a combination. But that's what we're looking at today. That's really nice.
Let's have a look at these beasts for you, then.
Well,
Okay, I think we'll have to put you on full view for that, then.
So
that's the weirdest looking truck I've ever seen.
Back to front doors.
Yeah, so that's the driver's door. I know the passenger door, this one.
It is.
And
also known as the near side, unless you're not in England.
The door there, so this one as well, which I have to replace because
flip them over, right now. Flip them both so we can see the inside of the both. So you can just bring them down a little bit, Chris, so they're in the camera view.
Hang on, let me
so you can see what's coming in next week's issue now, can't you?
Yeah.
By comparing the two.
Yeah.
So let me just steal the view. So next week is the near side door details.
Yeah.
So you can see you get the door handle, the panel, the kick plate, and the screws. Yeah. And then you get whatever comes in the issue after that as well, which I can't remember. But there you go. Look, an expert scale model has just said I'd be very happy with that, mate.
Yeah, she's good.
So yeah, it is. It's a nice little piece.
Yeah,
I know. I think I've said this on your stream before. Some people have been complaining about the number of sub-assemblies that you get. Personally, I don't think you get an awful lot of sub-assemblies, especially if you see the fire truck. But anyone who does scale modeling knows what sub-assemblies are.
Yeah.
You know, especially anyone who's done any ship modeling. I know you get loads of little bits, don't you?
No, tell me about it.
Yeah. So having a few doors and things and a couple of wheels is nothing really.
No, that's especially that trumpeter Titanic I've been doing. I mean, it's a lot of small detail on that.
Yeah.
But I'm up to issue 46, is it? And I've got 4 sets of wheels, a cab, 2 doors, a front bumper, and a front bonnet. And I'm sure I've got some other bits as well. And I'm just waiting for the bits to bring them all together. So, but you know, that's part of the modeling, isn't it? So P4CF20 says, nice work, Chris. Yeah, you did do really well on that, Chris.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You've done 2 issues in about an hour with me and not Chris putting you off, as we always do. So, you've done really well on that. So if you've got arms that are long enough, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
So
I'm impressed with that myself, and doesn't show everyone what's coming. May probably be coming next week. Is this?
Mate, we can't wait. We can't wait. Let me put you on full view.
Yeah, looking forward to that build.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lego 3500, right?
We all like a bit of Lego, don't we?
Yeah, explain why I've gone for this one, because, right, I did do the blue one, started it, but I lost a few bits, so I bought this one instead.
Okay. Didn't buy the replacement bits, just bought a brand new one because he's loaded.
Yeah, I just done that because I thought start the build again and then start afresh. That's what I thought.
It's fine. Sometimes a fresh start is what you need, isn't it?
Yeah, because I might as well. I did start the blue version of it, but I'll do the yellow version.
No, that's fair enough. I was looking at some of that imitation Lego. I can't. I mean, the models I want to do, I can't afford proper Lego. But I was looking at the Titanic.
Yeah, expensive now, Lego, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, even the little kits are expensive. And I've got, I'll dig them out one day. They're in the attic, but I've got 2 cars. One is authentic Lego and one is pretend Lego. Yeah. And honestly, most people can't tell the difference. The main difference between Lego and not Lego is that Lego's got Lego written on the little nubby bits on the top. Right. But the rest of it is just small details, like the stickers. With the imitation Lego, the stickers are like paper, so you can't pull them off and put them on again. But that doesn't matter if you don't intend to peel them off. But whereas the Lego is a better quality sticker, you can actually peel it off and then reapply it. Yeah. And there's a couple of other details. Every now and again, the blocks don't stick too well to each other. But other than that, I've asked so many people. I've given them. I think, I'm not sure, I think my Mini is authentic Lego and my Beetle is imitation. And I hand the 2 to people. I say, which one is which? And most people will say the Beetle is the real Lego.
You can't tell the difference, can you?
No, it's, I mean, obviously, if you're a bit of a Lego connoisseur, if you're like us and you're building them for fun, it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah. If you're a proper Lego connoisseur, then, you know, you're probably watching a stream right now, absolutely fuming, going, how can they say that? Mm-hmm. But, you know, but I say, I'm looking at that Titanic, but it's like £200 for the imitation Lego version. Yeah. So, and then the lighting kit is about another 70 quid on top. Mm-hmm. So, but the trouble is, I mean, I don't earn bad money, but I don't have money to just throw at projects. And there's a couple of little projects I want to have a go at. Like I've got some trams that I want to look at doing, but there's so much other stuff, and it's time. You know, I earn good money mainly because I put a lot of hours in every week, and that's my standard week. I don't get the time as much. It's a real pleasure when I do get the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm going to be doing in the future, though, once I get that Lego kit, that will be mix and match with Ed Stobart and Lego on it too.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, don't want to sort of chuck it all into one stream, do you? Because otherwise it works out about £100 a stream it's going to cost you.
Yeah, so what? Yeah.
If you've got like 1 million subscribers who are all donating loads of money, you can put whatever you want into a stream. But you know, when you're struggling to make ends meet, and you know you can't be doing £100 Lego sets every week, can you?
No, that's why I want to split into things. So once I get more issues, you can't work on them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've just received my next 4 issues of the Eddie Stobart. So what's that? 47, 48, 49, and 50.
Yeah.
And I'm as smug as a smug thing right now because I've been predicting the chassis round about sort of 50, mid 50s. It turns out that the chassis is coming in at the end of the 40s. I think 48 is the first piece of chassis. So I'm as smug as a smug thing. Whatever things are smug, I'm as smug as that. So, yeah, is there a smug cat? I don't know. Whatever's smug, I'm as smug as that.
Yeah,
I'm smugger than a smug thing that's feeling especially smug today.
You're smugger than Cinnapilches.
Yeah.
So,
I've just finished filming the fire truck. Let me just have a look at my schedule. P40 left an absolutely wonderful comment on my video yesterday. I'd had a few distribution issues. Now it's funny because there's a certain YouTuber who he does videos and then suddenly he announces he's got distribution issues or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always looked at it and I'm like, what a load of codswallop. But I did genuinely have some distribution issues with Agora. I was at one point about 8 issues ahead of the build, and I could have done with saving a bit of money. So I said, look, can I just skip a week, thinking that by the time the next month comes in, I'll be 4 issues ahead. I don't think it would have made a difference, but I paid for this pack 7 like 3-4 weeks ago. The 18th of the month I pay for it, and I only received it last week. And it's got 6 stages in it. Now, I will be honest with you. I looked at it and went, whatever's that? It's a, it was half-filled box. But actually, if you like technical builds, it's a really, really good 4 issues. And can I show my video, Chris?
If you want to.
So if you're on my Facebook, you may already have seen this, but not only have you got the 4, it's a few cabinets and a few little bits, and I've lost my main. There we are. But it is now, one of the things I do like about Agora is that you do have a testing stage, and this is actually the testing stage. So
I've got to know, isn't it?
This is me testing my fire truck. It's the actual cab isn't attached to the chassis, it's just placed on. But check this out, guys. I'm just so excited. Hopefully we've got sound as well. The only thing is those buttons are really fiddly.
Like you've got your pointy stick in it.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Time to get all excited in a minute. Here we go. Here we go.
That was quick, to be fair.
Love it. Love it. Still a lot of work to do on it, but at least we know all the electronics work. I had a bit of a, you'll see in about 4 weeks when the video's released, but I did have kittens because I tested it. The first button is for the horn. Press the button, the horn worked fine. Second button was the indicators, and I pressed them and the indicators flashed once and then stopped. And I thought, oh no. And I'm pressing it and I'm thinking, oh, that's that switch. So now if you've watched my videos, you'll see there was a switch I had a bit of trouble with. And you have to put it in just in the right way, otherwise it doesn't work. And I thought, oh no, that's the switch. And then I tried the other buttons. They didn't work either. So I went back and tried the horn. That didn't work. And I just thought, well, I doubt that's what it is, but I'll change the batteries. I put fresh batteries in for that build. So I undid the battery box. I put new batteries in, and oh, thank the Lord, it worked fine. But when that, I don't know if you'll notice it on the video, but when it, like, so the button number 4, it says it's for the beacon lights. So when I pressed the button, I was expecting just the lights to come on. I wasn't expecting the siren as well. And it actually made me jump. I'm like, oh, because I wasn't expecting it. But, oh, it's brilliant. It's just, this is what, stage 40 odd. So obviously it was a long time since we put those switches in. And there's an awful lot of work to do. If it doesn't work and I have to go back and strip it down, I just, but I've complained a lot about that build, but thinking sensibly about it, a lot of the problems really have been Agora more than the model. There's a few little issues, and there's a couple of big issues which, in all fairness, were my fault. I didn't read the instructions properly, but it's now looking like, there's little accessories to go on, but really the main bit now is the ladder, and I don't know how they're going to do the ladder in 5 months. That's really stretched out, isn't it?
Unless it's got to be Saturday,
Unless they give us like two pieces a month. We've still got 4 wheels to come, so that's probably going to be four issues. So, but they don't need to, because it does it in packs. They don't need to stretch them out, do they? They could give you 2 wheels in 1 issue, but give you 1 less issue in the pack. But I'm really pleased with it now. I'm really, really happy. But the last 6 issues I've done, You know, they've been not really heavy on the parts, but they've been really quite a lot of wiring, sorting the wiring out, trying to get that wiring nice and neat. Really an awful lot of brain power going into it, which is why I struggled.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah. So Chris has a bit of a mark now, don't you? What do you call it? A landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you leave it open for him and he just goes, yeah. So you released a video today, didn't you, Chris? Not Chris, sorry.
Yeah, Spitfire, the last 2 issues.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I'm releasing the trumpet, the Hachette Titanic, and with a bit of luck with it, the Trumpeter Titanic.
Nice.
Sounds nice, Dave.
So the main questions I've got for you while we're on air is, be honest, are you glad you've now finished the Spitfire?
Yeah.
In hindsight, A, would you have done any of the Spitfire? And B, would you have taken it past issue 100 had you known what you were getting in the last 20 issues?
Well, I'd have gone past it, do the diorama as well.
Right.
Because since we got the base, so I thought, what the hell, might as well carry on with it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, for the base being the size it is, you get a lot of figurines.
Yeah.
Right, and all the accessories. But the one thing that I didn't expect to get, well, probably none of us did, is the Bowser. I mean, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So I've had to do a bit of a rearranging on the base for it. And then also I'm very disappointed with the figurines because they don't stand up.
Right.
They keep falling over.
Yeah. But they haven't provided anything to stick them on, though.
No, if you stick them on there, you can't use the plane in flight.
Yeah.
You've got to remove everything off the base, so to test to do its flight.
With the diorama, is the base white or is there something that goes over the base, like a bit of grass or something?
Well, I did my own. I put like artificial grass on.
Right. So could you, for example, Warhammer, they have figures and you can get bases. So could you, for example,
that's an idea,
move them to a base and then maybe flock the base? Did I come up with that idea all of my own? That wasn't rehearsed, I promise you.
One that actually, there's a couple that you won't be able to do anyway, because one of them is climbing up the ladder to see to the engine, right. And the other one is standing on the wing refueling.
Yeah.
But the rest of them you can, apart from the WAF on the tracks. She sat on the tracks, she's not there. But the rest of them.
Saying that, I've got an even better idea because Warhammer bases are quite expensive. Maybe if you can get a thin piece of MDF sheet and then glue it onto that and then flock the base. And then you can give us all a lesson in flocking. There was actually no puns intended there. That was a genuine, when you do, like, the easiest way to explain it is railway modelers when they do grass verges and stuff.
Yeah.
And they put all the flocking.
Yeah.
I've got the machine to do it, actually, I think. I'm sure I have.
What I'll probably use is like just some artificial grass somehow and just put little bits on, go around the feet and in between the feet and then round the edges. It's the only way I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one thing.
There is a way. I mean, it's some people would say it's a shame that you've got to do all this thing to sort of get it to work. But then again, it's nice when you can take things a step further.
Yeah.
So you're going to soon be doing the engine, aren't you, Chris? On this, are you going to be tempted to do what I did with mine?
Possibility, yeah. But I won't do that on my own.
That could be fun, couldn't it?
Yeah. I'll probably build it as it is, but I will probably get you to do it.
Oh, here it comes. I'll get you. Yeah, I want to modify the engine, Penny. There you go. Off you go.
They don't want me.
No, I actually don't mind doing it. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
The only thing that doesn't work on my Spitfire is the undercarriage.
Yeah. So that brings me on to Hachette has released a test of the Lancaster in 1:32 scale. Yeah, I think your head movement there said it all. I mentioned it on one of my streams. The problem I've got now is obviously I know I can do scale models. I've always known I could anyway, but now I've been doing them and my skills have been improving a bit. When the Titanic came out, I thought, well, that's going to cost what? Best part of £1,400.
Yeah.
And I knew you could get the trumpeter version in exactly the same scale. And you can get the extra detail kit. So even if you've got all the extra detail kit, you're talking, what, £600?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not got all the electronics, but is it a fair comparison? Now, you're doing both, aren't you? Yeah. Both the Hachette and the trumpeter. Mm-hmm. Do you favour one over the other?
Well, to be honest with you, I favour the trumpeter.
Right. To
be honest with you.
Because, see, I said this a while back. I had a little idea for a project of, if you can't afford the part work, is there a cheap alternative? So when the Spitfire came out, I bought the 1:24 scale. Is it 1:24 scale Spitfire, which I've still got, and I've even managed to find a motor for it. Now, Airfix have since brought out a new Spitfire that's much better than the old one. And then, of course, when I saw the Titanic come out, I looked at the alternative. Eagle Loss, as we like to call them, don't we? I think it's Eagle Moss. We're going to bring out the Willys Jeep. And Dragon models do. Pardon?
A lot of people don't fancy that Willys Jeep.
No, that's probably why it wasn't actually released. But Dragon models do a plastic kit in exactly the same scale for about 150 quid or something like that.
Yeah.
And now Hachette are bringing out the Lancaster on test. Around about the same time, Border Models has brought out their Lancaster in exactly the same scale. So really, you have a choice. Do you want the bells and whistles, which based on the Spitfire, we don't have that much faith in, or the border model one looks extremely well detailed. So what's more important, the detail or the bells and whistles, which might not even work?
To be honest with you, I prefer the normal one, to be honest with you, with all the nice detail.
Yeah.
If it's got electronics in it or not.
Yeah. And if you're a really good modeler, maybe you could put some electronics in anyway. You know, you get these little tiny motors and things. So that's, I'm umming and ahhing, and I will sign up for the test, because when I sign up for a test, I never actually get the model. And then about 6 months down the line, they say, oh, thank you for signing up for the test. Here's a free gift. So I signed up for the Alien test, and they sent me a little Terminator keyring. So it's just a little naughty way of getting a free gift out of them.
Yeah, why not?
But, it's I hate to say this, but I'm, when I first started doing the Route Master, I was pretty much, I think it'd be fair to say, I was almost addicted to part works. And now I'm just like, this Eddie Stobart is brilliant. There are some good part works out there, but I think you've got to really look at them carefully now, haven't you, and say what am I getting? Especially with this Lancaster $10.99 an issue.
That's too. They're really expensive now. That's a ridiculous.
Well, it's the Route Master was $8.99 an issue. We and a bit about the Spitfire being $9.99 an issue, and now this is $10.99 an issue. It's starting to get a bit pricey.
The same scale as the Spitfire. Can you imagine if that was the same scale as the Spitfire?
Oh, you know what? See, that's the trouble, isn't it? Because all right, the fire truck is 1:24 scale, and there's no other part works to go with it. But in all fairness, you can buy scale models at 1:24 scale. The bus is 1:12 scale. The cars all tend to be 1:6 scale. the aircraft tend to be about 1 to 18.
Yeah.
What have you got that's going to go with a Lancaster 1 to 32?
Hello.
So,
well, with this build though, with this new Lancaster, with it being over the dam, there's not really a lot you can put on it, really, is there? Apart from little tiny figurines on the dam wall itself.
Yeah. So,
especially that bloke with a can of Carling.
yeah. Yes. That would be good, wouldn't it?
I'd say so. That was a belting advert. That was done in good
was
sense.
Brilliant. Yeah, the German saving all the
belt bombs. Yeah.
That
was a classic.
I've got a feeling you're a bit too young for that, Chris. I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can find it for you, because that is
it is on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Buster's Carling Black Label.
You are?
Dan Buster's Carling Black Label.
Black Label. Black Label. Oh, no. Yeah, here we go. You're in for a treat, guys. You are in for a treat. Let me just get... There we go. Oh, and the way he speaks. The way he speaks at the end.
Yeah.
He's got his mask on. He's...
And then he takes it off,
he still talks like it, yeah. Right, you are in for a treat. So this is this is from 1988.
It is old.
Carling Black Label advert based on the Dan Busters.
Mad.
Black Label.
Yeah, it's just that bit at the end. I bet he thinks Carling Black Label.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah. Don't make adverts like that anymore, do they?
No,
Yeah.
But,
oh, that was absolutely brilliant.
Oh God, you got me crying. Right, guys, I'm going to have to disappear because I've stupidly asked to do some overtime for tomorrow, and I start work at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm going to call it a night as well, but we'll check the last comments first.
Yeah, I'll go on myself.
Thank you very much for having me on, and well done, Chris. You really did do well tonight.
Nice to see you again, Penny and all.
Yeah, well, I'm not about for the next couple of days. I'm trying to get Chris to come on to one of my diamond painting streams. I've bought him a diamond painting. I don't know if he'll be any good at it. I don't even know if he'll be interested. It only cost me a few quid. But he takes a bit of interest in some of the things that I do. In fact, I'm going to go off. I'm going to go into show-off mode because one of the troubles that I have with diamond painting is obviously the main demographic is young kids and women. So they tend to be sort of feminine subjects, which I'm really not into. Fairies and flowers and things. Yeah. You know, don't get me wrong, they're really nice, but so I had a custom made, and I'm about a third of the way through it, and that's what I've got so far.
That's nice.
That's a picture of my bus, one of my coaches. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong picture there. one of my coaches that I drive.
It's nice, huh?
I'm really happy with it. This is the original picture. It's been edited a little bit. We've blurred out the background to bring more focus in. And there was a little bit of a struggle there. If you look there, there's the reflection on the window, and it's been interpreted by the computer as nothing. So we've just popped in a few little grey beads just to give it a bit of definition. But the detail in the windscreen, that reflection, really, really happy. But once we get below this line, suddenly all the green, I'll give you a bit of a flash. That's the green around the number plate. It is very green, very green. But as you can see there from the bus, very, very green.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm going to be in green overload by the time I finished it. But yeah, it's so because I'm on holiday this week, I've got an awful lot of time to get that done. Obviously, I've got other things to do as well, like I need to get the Mosquito and the F14 kicked into shape again. I've had a little bit of trouble managing time. In hindsight, I thought because I'm working, when I work, it's a lot of work, but then you get more time. I do 55 hours a week average, but I do less days than I did when I was doing 50 hours with McGill's.
Yeah.
So I was doing 50 to 60 hours a week at McGill's over 5 or 6 days, or 5 days. Now I'm doing an average of 4.5 days. So some weeks I'll do 5, some weeks I'll do 4, but I'm actually doing 55 hours, and it really knocks out of you. So even though you've got more time at home or more time away from work, you're so tired, and then there's obviously other things to catch up with. So I'm having to relearn how to manage the time I've got. And it's caught up with me, and I'm struggling a bit. So I've got a holiday this week. I've got a holiday 17th of October and another one the 31st of October. So I'm going to use those 3 weeks to sort of try and kickstart and accelerate. I did have a few struggles with the F14. I don't mind telling you, the way I started it's kind of set everything up incorrectly, and now I'm kind of having to backtrack and then go forwards and back, and if I'd have planned that better, I'm determined. Part of me is saying, look, you've cocked the planning up, not the model, but the planning. And it's probably easier to say, forget it, stop the build, revisit it another time, focus on the Mosquito, learn lessons, get on with the next one. But then part of me is saying, no, let's carry on with it. We will get it finished. Or maybe just do a little bit less every issue. Just do 1 or 2. If I end up painting 1 wheel and that's the whole video, that's the way it'll be.
I'm hoping to finish the Trumpeter Titanic tomorrow. All I've got to do is glue the iceberg on.
Yeah.
And then put Fablon around the edges, and then put the name of the RMS Titanic.
Is this part of the build, or is this an addition you've put on?
This is an addition I put on.
I'm really excited now. I am genuinely.
I made the iceberg out of clay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm really. That
Originally
excites me. Yeah, I have a lot of admiration for people that go, I'm not quite happy with this, I'm just going to add it, or it could be better if I did this.
Yeah.
So
because I thought to myself when I first got it, before I started putting the masts and the rigging on, I thought, right, I'm going to do a diorama of this before I put them on. So what I had to do is glue all the foam board together.
Yeah.
Put it on a wooden base, and then cut it down to the size I needed.
Yeah.
The base itself is 5 foot in length.
Yeah.
Because the ship is 4.5 foot.
Yeah, in little, is it?
I put the ship in the middle on a slight angle, drew round it, and the hardest part was digging it all out in the middle where I drew round it. That was
yes, I've seen this kind of thing done before, where people do they cut a rough shape out for the ship, and then they fill it full of resin and whatever, and then they have the ship actually, and they make it look like it's all to do. You put like tin foil on, and then you paint the tin foil. Yeah, and you
cotton wool all down.
Yeah. But if you paint the tin foil various shades of blue and green, and then you put resin over the top, it gives it a really good, realistic look. It adds a bit of depth to the sea, so you can have like,
black, But it being at night, the sea was black, so I thought I'd paint it black.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, and then obviously, like you say, you've got the cotton wool, which acts as the sea break against the ship. Yeah, the foam. I think that'll look really good.
Well, what I'm thinking of doing as well, but I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it. But I'm going to use the cotton wool as smoke coming out the funnels.
Okay, right. So what I would recommend is there's a lot of videos on this on YouTube.
I've tried to find them. I can't find any of them.
Right. Remind me, you've got my phone number, haven't you? You haven't got me on Facebook because you're not on Facebook. Keep dropping me messages every few days until I remember, because I forget. I'll try and find some for you. There's some good ones.
I'm always bleeding forgetful myself.
At a most basic level, what it is you want a piece of flexible metal, like, for example, a wire coat hanger, which you then stick cotton wool to. And what you want to do is dab the edges. You will touch black paint on the edges, so it looks like it's turning a certain colour.
Black at the bottom with the grey coming.
Well, again, I've just explained that at an extremely basic level. But obviously, if you watch some of these videos, there's a really, obviously you're not after explosions, but there's one guy who's done a really good diorama of a Russian plane blowing up a tank. And what he's done is he's actually got the body of the tank. He's got LEDs in there as well, yellow and red LEDs. Yeah. But what he's done is he's got all this cotton wool coming out, and then he stuck the turret on at an angle, and then it's the way he's dabbed the black on, and he's got the lights coming, and it actually looks like an explosion that's blown the turret off. Now, obviously, you're not after an explosion, but it's a similar sort of process. Sorry, guys, I apologise. I'm having a quick smoke. I do apologise.
This is people channel.
Yeah, that's similar to what I've said. That's a better idea than what I've said. Glue them onto small clear plastic.
Yeah.
You could probably get away with using the plastic that you get for your, when you get the parts from the part works. You could probably get away with using those. They might be a little bit thin.
Yeah.
Might do the job.
Yeah. But at the very least, maybe use them as practice pieces.
I think I've still got to go through a lot, actually. Issue 1 of the Titanic.
There you go. And I've still got some issues of the Spitfire to come. If you want me to save my packaging, I'll always send it to you. I don't mind. It's got to be easy.
Anyway,
I try chucking it in the bin, and I get tagged by the bin men. So I'll chuck it for you, and then you can get tagged by your bin men.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. Right, guys. So I'm gonna have to go because, like I said, I've got to be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I got to call it anyway.
Thank you very much for having me on, Chris. I really do appreciate it. It's always fun on your shows. And Chris Campbling, who I was gonna say we were going to have a bit of a laugh, and we were going to say, I've just had a text message from Chris Campbling. Yeah, don't tell Chris, but I can't stand his show anymore. I'm not coming on anymore. I think that moment passed now, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I think Chris is doing doing things that are far more important to his personal life, like money grabbing or something. We said he was doing. Yeah. So no, I totally sympathise. I'd favour money over you, Chris, any day.
Yeah, it's got to be done in there because of way things are.
Right. So yeah, I'm going to make a quick getaway. So thank you to everyone who came on. Thank you to John Alex Scale Modelling for giving Chris. Chris does have a good channel. He's very low on the subscribers, but you know, if you can see the passion, you know, I personally am more about passion for build and ability, and Chris has a lot of passion for his builds, and you know, that's something that I like to watch and stream. That's why I subscribe to Chris Davis World. And you know, we always have fun.
The channel is on screen right for you there.
Yeah, well, I think they know because they were watching it on YouTube, aren't they?
Yeah. If anyone's new to watching it, then that's the channel if you want to find out.
Yeah. So right. So guys, I'm going to have to go. Take care. Love you loads, and see you when I can see you next.
See you soon. Take care.
And I look forward to your video tomorrow, not Chris. Right. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Then it was still right. I'm going to call it there as well, guys. And then possibility to be there 500 build, guys, next Tuesday, or if I get it delivered tomorrow.
And also, guys, I'm not doing a video next Monday due to it being the Queen's funeral.
Yeah.
So.
And if anyone's watching, or who's into royalties, whatever, we just hope God bless the soul in it. But that's what I'm going to say. But she's been set using the Queen, so that is a bit on the phone. I mean, not the Queen thing, but these things happen, guys. It's not nice, but hopefully now see what happens.
Yeah.
Right. If anyone's new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, whatever. Check the wishlist out. If you're on Facebook, you can check my Facebook pages as well. Chris's channel and Dave's, of course, which is in the description. That'd be great, guys. Hopefully, if I can get to 100 subscribers, either by January, that would be fab, guys. If you can do that. But if not, I'll catch you all probably next. If not, that'll be good. Whatever you can do, Can't be with it now. Right. Yeah, so what I'll probably be doing next week, guys, will be the Lego Fear 500, which I showed you on the screen on the beginning. Keep an eye out for that. Turn your notification bell if you like. Yeah. If you like this stream or video, then I'll catch you all in the next one, guys. Take care, guys.
Bye.